Hello everybody, Facebook land. It's Sean again. I actually saw this on my Google map and I had to stop. I cannot believe this building is still here. So let me show you where I'm at right now. I'm actually in my car because it's starting to rain outside. So I am in the parking lot at Town & Country Shopping Center in Mishawaka, Indiana, and you can see right in front of me here is Chuck E. Cheese's, where most of the people that I grew up with remember this actually as Show Biz Pizza back in the 80s. So the company went bankrupt, I don't know when, but we were bought out by Chuck E. Cheese at some point. I'm just totally shocked that it actually is still here. I was going to go down the street and visit the original Target store. Our first Target ever back in the 80s was down the street here, but I don't think it's here anymore. But if I'd get a chance, I'll go down there and see if there's anything still there. But yeah, a lot of memories here at the old Show Biz Pizza. If anybody remembers Show Biz Pizza, it was a lot like Chuck E. Cheese, except they had the animatronic band with a gorilla and a mouse that was a cheerleader, and I don't know, I think there was a beaver in there somewhere, but it was a lot of fun. It's kind of like going to Disneyland without having to go to California or Florida. You could go for your birthday and they would sing the birthday song to you. I'm really tempted to go inside, but I know that it's not going to look anything like it used to. Back in the 80s, the place was just line to line, row to row with the old arcade games like Cubert, and this was like best arcade in the area. Sorry, I lost the connection there. So real quick, little bit of history here. We had our end of the soccer season parties usually here at Showbiz, and my fondest memory actually of old Showbiz Pizza was from my 10th birthday. I actually remember what my mom got me for my birthday that year. It was a Frogger for the old Atari 2600. So I still have a photo, I think, from that day in a scrapbook somewhere. But anyway, I just wanted to stop by and record that because there's a lot of childhood memories here back in the day. So until next time, see y'all later. Hello again. I decided to make one more video before I head out of town. If you see the description in this video here, you'll probably know where I'm at. A sad day. Toys R Us is no more. So this is the Toys R Us here near University Park Mall in Mishawaka, Indiana. And according to the signs on the windows, it is soon going to be a Spirit Hollywood store. Halloween. So this was built, I want to say, early 80s. Maybe get up near the windows here. They may be doing some stuff in here to get ready for Halloween opening. Looks like they're hiring. There you go. We're not open yet. Find everything you need at spirithalloween.com. Oh, they still have the Toys R Us sign up, the marquee. Well, this was the only Toys R Us in this area, unlike Tucson where they actually have two. Had two. This was when we were growing up in the 80s, this was every kid's dream. I remember imagining myself being locked in overnight and just being able to spend a night in a Toys R Us store. A lot of fond memories of buying G.I. Joe and He-Man, Star Wars characters. Look at all the video games on the Nintendo. Looking at the backs of the video boxes to figure out which ones have the coolest graphics. down the road is a computer that buddies and I used to go to when we were kids. I think it was 10X computers. It's long since gone, but it sold the old Commodore 64 computer equipment and games. I had Commodore 64 growing up. At my mom and my dad's house, both played a lot of games on Commodore 64. Remember those old floppy disks taking minutes for a game to load. So yeah, sad to see it go, but at least the building's going to be used again. A little bit of trivia though, actually, this wasn't the first toy store here in the University Park Mall area. There was actually a children's palace down the road here on Grape Road. It folded, I want to say probably either early 90s, late 80s. Don't know the exact year, but I do remember shopping in there every once in a while when we were kids. I think I remember seeing the first Nintendo system there at that children's palace. There's a few of you watching. I see John, Tommy, back in Tucson. Hi guys. So that's all. I'm gonna make a pit stop and head down to Peru to see my grandparents. So thanks everybody for watching, and see you next time. Hello again everybody in Facebook land. It is Friday afternoon. I am in South Bend, Indiana today. This is kind of an impromptu video on my way down to Peru today. I'm wearing my new shirt that I bought at Meyer yesterday. So the reason why I came out here is I actually lived for 2.5 years in South Bend with my mom, and we lived close to Scottsdale Mall, and it has actually been gone for a few years now. Kind of have an affinity for Target stores, and this is one of our favorite places to shop when we used to live here. Unfortunately, the original Target is gone. In its place is a brand new one here. So I'll walk along here. So that there is no mall here, but there are stores. It's more, I guess, a strip mall. The Scottsdale Mall, don't know as much of the history on that as far as when it was built and all that, but it was a 2-story mall. It used to be right here where all these stores are right now. So I looked up on Wikipedia. The Scottsdale Mall opened on August 1st of 1973, and then it officially closed in 2004, where they built the current strip mall. The original Target actually used to be down to the right and was connected to the end of
Captain. Incoming message.
Sorry, somebody's to me. So I don't think I've actually been in this Target before. I don't think I'm going to go in, but I'm going to walk along so you can see some of the stores. So I believe originally when Scottsdale Mall was here, on this side, I want to say Montgomery Ward was down here where the Target is now. And then later, I think in the late 80s, on the other side of the mall here, on this end, was Funny Bone Comedy Club. Went there a couple times. You saw Bobcat Goldthwait here. He was pretty funny. What else about the mall here? There used to be a restaurant called Ollie Oops. For you folks back in Tucson, Ollie Oops was kind of like Anthony's Diner. There was a couple of them actually, 2 or 3. I know at least 2 of them. One was here in South Bend at the Scottsdale Mall, which wasn't one of the original Ollie Oops. I think the original Ollie Oops was actually in Elkhart, the Pier Moran Mall. And that mall has been gone for probably 20 years or so. So I'm just noticing that some of these, even these newer buildings, are vacant. There was a Claire's right there at one time. I don't know exactly how long this strip mall has been here. There's an Old Navy. And there's a bunch of other stores here on the other side of the parking lot. Hey Tom. Chandra from Family Fairs watching. Hello. So,
Priority 1 message from Starfleet coming in on secured channel.
So, another reason why I wanted to come down here, again, my wife likes to do these when we go on vacation, so I decided this weekend kind of do a little bit of recording for history's sake. Another closed store here. Looks like it used to be a shoe store of some kind. There's a Halloween shop down here on the coming up. So anyway, the reason why I was doing these videos is because kind of walk down memory lane, but also record some. Yesterday I did a video at Concord Mall. I think that one's gonna be gone soon. A lot of memories at that mall. I used to live across the Trenton Concord Mall when I was a kid back in the 80s. So anyway, about the Scottsdale Mall. So I lived here in South Bend during the 5th and 6th grade and first semester of the 7th grade over at Jackson Middle School, which is just right down the road from here. Our house was on Hilltop Drive, which is in a neighborhood right next to the Scottsdale Mall. And for 2 summers I used to ride my bike down to the mall with my buddies. It's a PetSmart. Mostly hang out at the arcade. I'll go shopping at Target. TJ Maxx right here. So this is probably kind of typical. A lot of the shopping malls are going away and turning into these strip malls, which is fine. I mean, if the weather's nice, you know, I don't mind going in and out of the stores. We actually have a couple of these in Tucson. We had a mall in the center of town. It was called Elkhart Mall, which was, when I was there, when I first moved to Tucson, pretty much looked like what Concord Mall looks like now. It was basically an abandoned mall, and they tore down that mall and turned it into one of these strip malls here. And it's probably much more successful now than it was before. There's actually a brand new Walmart as part of the construction at that mall, along with a Target and a Home Depot and some other larger stores like Ross and stuff like that. And a really nice movie theater there too. Famous Footwear. Yeah, there's a lot of stores closed here. I'll have to, after the video is over, Google and find out how long this has been here. So I moved back to Elkhart back, let's see, 1987. Mall, the Scottsdale Mall was still here then. I'm gonna say the mall closed probably in the late 90s. So a lot of these stores have probably been here for almost 20 years now. So this is almost to the end here. So I think my geography might be off, but I think we're about where the old Target store would have been. And this last store on the end is Kohl's. Oh, looky what's over here. So I know the folks from Indiana are definitely going to recognize this place over here. I'll try to walk through the parking lot with my phone in my hand and not get hit by any traffic. Can't probably see it. I don't think you can zoom while I'm doing a live video, but off in the distance here, looks like over at the back of the parking lot is the hacienda. That is definitely a newer addition. I have never been to that hacienda, but there are several of them around the Mishawaka area. The original is actually downtown Mishawaka, I believe. I think it was built in the late 70s. It's still there to this day. Actually, 2 years ago when I was here with my wife for a Notre Dame game, we actually went after the football game to that original hacienda. I know my brother-in-law Jesse, he makes fun of me when I talk about hacienda and wet burritos. He just thinks the whole idea of wet burritos sounds dirty, I guess. I don't know. I try to explain to him it's basically a burrito with like red sauce, but it's very delicious. So yeah, right there's the hacienda. So obviously the mall's not here anymore, so there's not much more to say about Scottsdale Mall since it's not here. Just some good memories. It was a brief period in my childhood when I was about 2.5 years living here, but still remember a lot of those times. Met my friend John Miller when I moved out here. He lived down the street when we were in the 5th grade, and we've known each other ever since. We still stay in touch. I just actually got a message from him today. He has a new baby boy, so congratulations, John. I kind of surprised. I had no idea. He had a new Padawan in the family, so I want to try to come see you guys soon out in California. It's only a short 7 hours.
Incoming message.
So I'm going to put the video here. Here's the Spirit Halloween.
Incoming message.
We're about 2 months away. We've still got a Halloween store here at the old Scottsdale Mall. So this is it for now from South Bend, Indiana. See you later. Hello everybody once again. This is Sean. It's almost 9 o'clock here in Mishawaka, Indiana. Sun just went down a few minutes ago, and I am in one of my favorite spots to have dinner. Dun 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 dun. Hacienda. Not any hacienda. This is the original, right here on Lincoln Way, Mishawaka, Indiana. I never realized how cool this building is. I want to say this was opened like 40 years ago to this year. I think 1978 or something like that. This looked like it used to be a old mansion of some kind, but now it's a Mexican restaurant for the past 40 years. This is located, like I said, in Indiana, at a plaza called the 100 Center. I don't know if you can see the sign here, but the road here is pretty cool. It's a brick road. It's always been here as long as I can remember. Probably when they first built this place. I want to say there There was a Uniroyal tire factory over here at the one center at one time. There's the sign again. I'm just gonna walk across, go down here on the sidewalk. Oh, what is it? We got a joke here. Might be a dad joke. What did one salsa say to the other in the cantina? Uh-oh. Oh, let's get chip-faced. That is definitely a dad joke if I've ever heard one. So here's the side of the restaurant. So I was here with my wife about 2 years ago. We came here after a Notre Dame football game where we almost got separated due to the insane traffic at the stadium. I had been waiting in the parking lot for the game to end. She was still stuck in a women's restroom trying to stay warm, and I couldn't get to her, couldn't pick her up, and she ended up, I think, calling a taxi to pick her up, and then dropped her off at, I think, a Chipotle near the stadium, and I picked her up from there. And after our tempers settled down, we ended up driving over here and enjoyed some real fake Mexican food and margaritas. So there's some other buildings around here that are kind of interesting looking. Looks like there's an old pizza place over here. This triangle shaped building. We used to go here quite a bit actually back in the 80s. My mom and stepdad actually used to live in Mishawaka, so we came out to Hacienda quite a bit in the 100 Center. There used to be an old theater here. Here, I'm going to show you the smokestack here. That was part of that old factory. Yeah, Brandon, I know it's not real Mexican. It's real fake Mexican food. I'm from Tucson, Arizona, so trust me, I know what Mexican food tastes like. So, this building, actually it was a brewery. Up on the building it says K&S Brewing Company, 1853. So I was wrong, I don't think the Uniroyal, I think the Uniroyal factory was quite a bit farther down the river here. But in its place is a new brewery, it looks like, the Smokestack. That's the entrance there. Really cool old building. Looks like they're watching the Little League World Series in the bar there. There's the moon. So down here on the other side of the smokestack, which it looks like is now a part of the brewery. Cool patio out here. This actually used to be an old theater, a movie theater, the 100 Center movie theater. My friend John Miller and I used to come here every once in a while, go see cheap movies that were like second run movies they showed here. I don't know how long that theater's been gone. I'm going to say at least 20 years now, but the entrance to that theater is actually where this awning is at right now. When I stopped here, I was down here on my way back to Elkhart, I was kind of hoping that they still have the old Shadow of the Bat. It was like a comic book store, but I think it was down here on the other side actually. Pizza? I don't remember the pizza place. Oh, Yale's watching the video. Hi Yale, back in Tucson. So I guess you can see on the camera it still looks a little bit light out. The sun hasn't been down for very long. That's the one thing about Indiana in the summer. We're kind of like on the border of the time zones, so right on the edge of the Eastern time zone, so the sun is actually doesn't go down until about 9 o'clock at night during the summer. So I'm gonna go back around to this side here. I think there's another little bar here. The Shadow of the Bat actually was a little shop that was in this plaza here on the lower level. There was a little staircase that went down. Oh yeah, it's gone now. There's a sign that says 100 Center. So yeah, there's a door down here. It's all blocked off. It's overgrown with vegetation now. Bright lights here. So yeah, it's gone. And I think they also opened a Shadow of the Bat with the old Scottsdale Mall. I want to say it was where the old KB toy store was in the mall. They moved in, I think, back in the late 80s, I want to say. It was like a cool comic book store that had like the collectibles and stuff, like the action figures and all that kind of stuff. Riverview Bar. Oh, I see Riverside Bar. I don't see Riverview, but yeah, I'm not going near that place. I know it's getting kind of late in the night. I've got an early flight to catch in the morning, but I may stop into Hacienda here and grab a drink before I head home. I always thought that the frozen margaritas here were the best, and then I think the last time I came here into 2016 realized that they just use those mixer machines. It's like the ones that they use down in New Orleans. So I mean, they taste great, but there's nothing really special. They don't like hand make the margaritas, so I'm not gonna walk through there. It rained really hard here recently in the last couple hours or so, and everything's kind of soggy. Yeah, I'm reading all your comments, Brendan. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere near that place. Gloria's watching. That's my mother-in-law. Hi, Gloria. So, I've been doing these videos for a couple days. This is just a quick trip over to my old hometown, Elkhart. I drove over here yesterday from Chicago after I did some work training for 2 days. It's been a fun trip. Kind of crunched a lot of stuff into one day and a half. But it's been fun reminiscing and seeing all the places we used to hang out when we used to live here. So this is it here. That's a cool picture there. You can see the building with the moon in the background. So, hey, thanks for everybody watching, and until next, have a good night.